7 of the video presentation. This presentation will include 12 video clips of plays that happened around the state of West Virginia last weekend, dating October 7th and October the 8th. So please use these plays as educational purposes, as we are all striving as officials to get better on every play that we officiate. So use this as a learning resource in your association meetings and also in your pregame conferences. In play number 1, we are going to have a good defensive pass interference call. This is an example of where there is cutoff on the receiver, and this is one of the criteria that we look at for defensive pass interference. Did the defender obstruct the offensive player's path to the football? And here he does cut him off. He is not able to work himself back to the football because the defender does cut him off from coming back to it. Makes early contact. Good position here by the back judge and the 5-man crew. Nice call here. This is what we like to see. In play number 2, we are going to have a good job on dead ball penalty enforcement by both the linesman and the referee. Both these officials will throw the flag, they stop the clock, and then the referee will do a nice job of stepping out into the open and giving his announcement. So very simple mechanics, but this is the way that it should be done, with the dead ball foul and the calling official stopping the clock. Keep up the good work. On play number 3, this is going to be a good job by the side judge ruling on an incomplete pass which is in the middle of the field. Now we know that in 6-man mechanics that the weak spot in our coverage is deep middle of the field. But if the deep wings, both the field judge and the side judge, anticipate the pass, they are able to position themselves into a good spot to where they're able to get a good angle on the play to rule on complete and incomplete passes across the middle. So nice job here by the side judge. I also want you to take note of the line to gain equipment. This is actually at Nitro High School, and their line to gain stick gives you the yards to go to get a first down. So for example, on this play it is 3rd down and 8 yards to go, which is what the line to gain stick is showing. So it must be new technology in chain crew equipment. So this is really pretty high-tech equipment, which is good to see. So nice job here with the side judge coming in, getting an angle to rule that pass incomplete. In play number 4, in my bulletin last week, I put that we need to hustle but not hurry. We want to make sure that we act like we want to be at the game and that we enjoy doing what we do. No one is making us do this, so give it your best effort. And this particular official is one of the longer tenured officials across the state of West Virginia, as he has been in officiating for over 40 years. And just watch the effort that this umpire puts forth just for hustle on this regular type of play that we see many times in a football contest. But this is what we want to see. This is a good hustle, and this official definitely acts like he wants to be there. So great job, and hope he continues to keep up the great work. In play number 5, we're going to have an illegal formation that was not called by the crew. Now the left tackle here is not on the line of scrimmage, as his head or foot does not break the waistline of the snapper. Wing officials must be able to recognize this and penalize accordingly. So there's clearly 5 players in the backfield here, which is an illegal formation, which is a 5-yard penalty, and this becomes a foul when the football is snapped. So make sure, wing officials, you're able to see this and recognize this when the situation presents itself to you on the field of any level of contest. In play number 6, we are going to have an illegal shift. Now, do not adjust your telephone or your computer screen, as this football field is actually gray in color. So do not think there is something wrong with your electronic device as you're watching this play. But here we are going to have 2 men who are moving, and both do not get reset prior to the snap. So this is an illegal shift by rule, which is a 5-yard penalty and becomes a foul when the ball is snapped. So good job here by the linesman and the referee recognizing this. You will see the 2 players that are circled. Both of them will be moving, and number 5 does not get reset prior to the snap, making this a foul. So for this play to have been legal, number 5 would have had to stop and get set for 1 full second, and then they could have snapped the football to make this play legal. In play number 7, we are going to have a horse collar tackled that was not penalized by the officiating crew. But remember, if the ball carrier is grabbed in the nameplate area of the jersey or inside the collar of the jersey and pulled down backward or sideward, then this is a horse collar foul, and all horse collar fouls are enforced as live ball fouls. So this was a miss by the officiating crew, but this is really a classic horse collar tackle by definition. So we must be able to recognize this, as this is a safety foul and must be penalized no matter what score the contest may be. So as you will see this in slow motion, the defender will grab number 11, and this is actually inside the jersey, and pulls him down backward and even sideward. And that is the method of tackle that took the player to the ground, thus making this an illegal horse collar tackle foul. In play number 8, we're going to be looking at goal line mechanics when the snap of the football is inside the 5-yard line. Mechanically, the linesman and the line judge, when the snap is inside the 5-yard line, their first move as soon as the football is snapped should be to the goal line, and they need to remain on the goal line and not give up that position until the play becomes dead. So in this example, on this play, the linesman does a poor job as the play is going to be coming in his direction. And instead of going to the goal line on the snap, the linesman here will open up the gate and let the ball carrier pass him by. And it is a very close play at the goal line. So you can see the official there, and then the other circle is where the official should be as soon as the ball was snapped. And here we have a dive for the goal line, and this calling official is actually on the 2-yard line when the call needs to be made to determine if this is a touchdown or not. So once again, we need to work on our mechanics and learn from film study, as this actual play did determine the winner of this contest, as this was the game-winning touchdown. So, not saying that the crew did not get the call correct, but they were out of position and would have been an easier sell if the official would have been in the correct position. And this is another play here where the linesman, being on the pylon and staying there to get a nice wide view of this, he can back up in this situation out into the track area to get a nice wide view with the goal line extended to make the correct call and to sell the call mechanically. In play number 9, we are going to be looking at penalty enforcement. And here we have an illegal formation foul where we have 5 players in the backfield. So it's a good pickup by the officiating crew. However, the basic spot, since this is a foul at the snap, is the previous spot. So if this foul is going to be enforced, we need to go back to the previous spot and mark off the 5 yards. And as you will see in this play, the enforcement spot by the officiating crew is actually taken from the position on the field where the end of the run occurs. So we must know what our basic spots are, and we must penalize from those positions. And penalty enforcement is the job of every official on the crew. It is not just 1 or 2 crew members' responsibility. So be observant of what your crew is doing and how things are being enforced, and save the crew by stepping up and making the crew do it correctly if you realize that something was done improperly. In play number 10, we are going to have roughing the kicker, and this is a good call by the referee. So remember here, the offended team can take the penalty on either the try or on the kickoff. So this is going to be a quick glimpse at the end of the play on the kicker as the film is cut off, but you will be able to see that there is roughing by the defender. So this is a good call. And as the try for point was actually good, more than likely the offended team will take this on the kickoff. However, they would have the option to move this half the distance to the goal and to replay the try. In play number 11, we are going to have roughing the passer called by the defensive team, and this is a good call by the referee. However, take note here, we have 4th down, and roughing the passer is a foul during a loose ball play, and the basic spot for a loose ball play is the previous spot. So we must make sure that we enforce penalties correctly. As earlier mentioned a couple plays ago, penalty enforcement is a responsibility of every crew member on the field. It should not be left up to just 1 or 2 individuals. So here, the ball should be at the 20-yard line after enforcement, and since it is a roughing penalty, it does carry an automatic first down provision. The crew actually enforced this penalty from the spot of the foul, which was the 45-yard line. So this is a big error during the contest, and this is really just basic penalty enforcement of knowing what type of play you have and what your basic spot is for the type of play you have when you have your foul. In play number 12, we're going to be looking at the towel collar that the players are wearing, And to a lot of officials, they will say, well, boy, this should not be a big deal. Well, that is your opinion. We have a rule that we must enforce, and it does state that if any teammates are wearing a towel, they must be wearing the same collar. So what we are seeing now that we're in the month of October, we are seeing a lot of players wear pink towels, which is fine. But in this example, one of his teammates is wearing a white towel. So just go up to the players and just say, hey, your teammate is wearing this collar towel, you're wearing this collar. You guys decide what you want to wear. Just make sure you wear the same thing. Get it taken care of. Let the players get it taken care of without having to send anybody out. We can do this without making a big deal out of it, but we also have to do our job and just to make sure that the rules are being followed correctly. So just keep an eye out on this during pregame warm-ups, maybe the first couple plays of the game, and if you recognize it and know that it's wrong, then get it fixed so we have no further issues throughout the contest. I want to thank everyone for watching the Week 7 video presentation. I appreciate what everybody does by giving their time and their commitment for high school football across the state of West Virginia. I want to wish all crews safe travels and good luck this week with their games.